locally here around the grounds. We're going to talk about our local reserve team. I don't know. It's what it is. They are the North Texas SC. They currently play at Choctaw, which is a converted baseball stadium. I've been to a couple of games.
It still looks like a baseball stadium. I don't know how much conversion was actually done.
Well, the stands that they do.
I know. I'm just being an asshole.
So this is their new home in Mansfield. It is.
That's your neck of the woods, right?
Yes, down the street from me. It's actually right next to a softball, baseball park and a Hawaiian Falls water park. None of this other stuff is being built as it stands right now. So we're just going to talk about what do you guys?
I thought the hotel was definitely going up.
I mean, yes, but it's kind of like
it's like an AI run hotel. Like there's no humans that actually work there, which I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, it hasn't started being built yet. It's like the hotel that.
Yeah. You meant physically being built right now.
Yeah.
It's
I guess they're using AI to build that too.
Yeah. You remember when the Cowboys built the Death Star, and they're like, we're going to build the current hotel that is open now, but it took almost a decade for that to get built.
It's like, I've been to Arlington. No, you're not.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the new stadium, 7,800 seats. It looks really steep based on these slants.
Yeah.
I do want to point out one thing. This is such an FC Dallas. There is overhang, but this overhang won't actually be covered. These are just there to have the lights over the field.
Amazing.
So what is the fucking
amazing?
This is also going to be one of the camps for a national team next season, so that should be pretty awesome.
If it's finished.
Honestly, it should be a good spot. I don't know. I mean, the progress they're making.
Yeah. Like what else? Once you finish the stands, locker rooms, and put a field down, this is done as far as I'm concerned.
Honestly, it's going to probably be an immaculate piece of grass for them to play on too. At this point.
Oh, most definitely. I will be a season ticket member for this. Technically, I get free ones with being a season ticket member anyway. But we just wanted to talk about a local team and we get most of our views from lower division soccer. So I figured let's talk about our lower division.
Next pro.
So we will move on. Thanks for Hubert for putting this in the Slack. I actually meant to go out there and see what the progress was.
And by the way, give credit to Matt Denny for sharing these images.
Matt Denny, so that's pretty dope. I mean, it's further along than I thought it would be.
Same. I was shocked when I saw the progress.
Yeah. So
maybe it's because I'm used to Toyota Stadium right now.
Yeah, taking forever. I mean, there's a difference than updating.
Yeah, there definitely
than it is.
I think in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to talk about. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, my one concern with this and how much effort that they're putting into this stadium and how much, as much as I love the idea of like, let's get the local community out, let's get people out to these North Texas games. My concern is that, and third degree guys have talked about this has been talked to death in some of the forums and discords and things like that, but I'm going to say it here anyway because we haven't talked about it. My concern is that North Texas stops becoming the top end of FC Dallas Academy and becomes a revenue generator and a trophy generator, and they go out and they say, I want to win all these trophies, and stop giving a shit about it being the showcase for the academy and the lower level side, the reserve side, you will, for FC Dallas, and it becomes this entity of its own that they're trying to drive more revenue out.
I agree with you. There is the fear of that. I disagree with you because the Huns don't have that kind of ambition. So
I think the problem is that they don't have ambition, and it's very cheap to have ambition at this level compared to at MLS.
Well, they'll just do what they've always done, right? The way we won the first year in USL League One, right? We sent Pepe down to go banging goals, right?
Last year we set people down for the final, and this year we did the same thing in that weird cup thing. Yeah.
So I think that will continue, right? We'll send people down who are technically lower level MLS guys to go bang goals down there.
Bum me out to see a player like ball out all season just to not play in the final.
Yeah, that is the downside.
That's gotta hurt morale, right?
Yeah, I earned it, and then you're gonna bring down MLS, the 22nd guy on the MLS roster.
And by the way, they sent Logan Farrington down last season, and Farrington just got his ass kicked and left the game early. So that was weird.
So I mean, I'm hoping they use this as like AAA baseball, where you send guys down for rehab, and you send guys, you send the younger guys that you sign because you don't want to lose them, like we just talked about earlier, to foreign clubs without getting
your Garcias and players like that this season. Yeah.
So here is the layout of MLS Next Pro. Here's the weird thing. So the Nashville reserve team is in Huntsville, Alabama. I didn't even know they were that close.
So weird.
It's the craziest thing. So right now,
that's just very strange.
Yeah, right now MLS Next Pro only has the 2 independent clubs. Chattanooga, which is a favorite of mine, they basically ended up here by default because of soccer war bullshit that we don't really want to discuss at the moment. And then Carolina Core, solid team. They average about, funny enough, the 2 independent clubs average the highest attendance, except for St. Louis, who really promotes their 2. They've crested north of 10,000 for almost all their home games for St. Louis too. But yeah, the Carolina Core and Chattanooga average north of 3,000.
By the way, St. Louis fans travel for that team too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about what the whatever they're doing, they need to share with the rest of the.
What do they call it, Lou 2 or something like that? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah, they're doing something right.
So they have 4 expecting teams. 2 of them are expected this season. They're unhappening. Connecticut United, which got awarded a franchise in 2024. They're trying to milk the state of Connecticut out of $200 million to fix a former, I think it was a factory site. So they have to basically dig like 7 feet down in order to excavate all that soil to put new soil in because it's contaminated. The governor said that's not happening. We're going to do a study, which is basically the way the government delays things is saying we're going to study it.
Ecological impact study.
Yeah, this is actually economic impact study. Yeah. So we're a different study. And the other is Jacksonville Armada, another soccer wars victim because again, I love the Armada. They were another victim of NASL bullshit that happened. They're building I think 1,800 seat stadium on 7 acres. It is the tightest stadium I've ever seen. I don't know where they're going to do parking. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But the city sold them the land for $1.
So all right, classic deals like that.
That stadium has not been ground broken yet, so I don't think that's going to make it to 26. So all these teams are expected in 27. The one that annoys me the most is going to be Golden City FC. They're going to be playing at Kezar Stadium in San Francisco. For some reason are expected in 27 as well, even though that stadium currently can start a team tomorrow. So I'm very confused as to
that is odd.
The contract they signed with the city is that they're going to invest $10 million, upgrading locker rooms, new scoreboards. But as it stands, they could field the team next year.
Right, the city's investing $10 million, or the team?
No, the team is. So it's an old WPA, kind of like the Cotton Bowl. It's an old stadium.
Love it. We keep talking about how many of these stadiums just exist. Yeah. So.
Yeah. 10,000 seats. It does have a track around it. I don't know if the renovation includes getting rid of the track. I don't love track around. Right. This is the thing I hate about Serie A. There's too many.
There's so many tracks.
Playing a lot of that. That's because the communists built a lot of those as multi-purpose fields.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, that's basically
the fascists built those.
Yeah. Hey, the trains did run on time though. The trains did run.
As did the track apparently.
Yeah. So this is.
Wait, I just want to make sure everyone knows historically that's not true.
Yes.
No, I mean we agree. These are jokes.
Oh no, I don't mean that for you. I mean for the listener.
Yeah. So this is just MLS Next Pro. This is the offshoot of when USL decided to kick all the reserve teams out. They built their own. There's a confusing thing here. So for a little while, a little backstory, MLS wanted all these teams to have different names, which is why you have Tacoma, North Texas, Huntsville, and then they reversed it, which is why the Kansas City team used to be Sioux Park Rangers is now Kansas City 2. So MLS hasn't decided.
What a downgrade.
They haven't decided whether or not they want to be a reserve league or they want to be a proper league. So it's a confusing thing here. And now they have independent clubs that are going to join. So we're going to have independent clubs who are serving their market and want to win. And then you're going to have reserve teams that are just trying to get minutes for kids. So it's going to be a very interesting.
It's such a mess.
Thing here. But yeah, this is MLS Next Pro, ladies and gentlemen. There was There was a comment that said that we only talked about USL, so I wanted to give this a little bit of shine. But yeah, guys, your thoughts.
That was actually
because I like a proper league. That's why.
No,
the comment was actually from me. It didn't come.
I tried to diffuse and not point fingers at anyone. But So thoughts on the independent teams. Like as an independent soccer team owner, why would you choose MLS Next Pro over?
Yeah, I have that same thought. I can't grasp why you would do it unless just the price tag was just crazy cheap for some reason.
That is one of the arguments I've heard is that USL League One minimum is $5 million franchise fee. I don't know what MLS Next Pro is. I'm going to assume
we'll probably never find out either. It's so frustrating.
From a business perspective, MLS is the established name, right? MLS is the established first division name, and I don't want to get into a debate over which is better or anything else like that. But just strictly from a business perspective, as an investor, I think MLS gives the appearance of having more stability. And I think that's why.
That has been their marketing. That's for sure.
No, that's the thing. Here's the funny bit. So Cleveland, which we'll talk about in a different episode, Soccer Wars. We're going to do a Soccer Wars podcast. That's where we all talk about. They did some pop-up with the media. They were like, "Are you excited for the soccer team?" And they had more than 0 people think that they were getting in proper MLS club. So it's just marketing. It has nothing to do with stability. They think that people are not that smart, and apparently this was borne out to be true. They see MLS and they won't finish the rest of the sentence where it says Next Pro.
Yeah, well, not every market is like Detroit, right?
That will only work the first year. After you realize that it's Colorado 2 or LAFC 2, the second season, are you going to want to go back? That's going to be the real test.
I mean, let's be real. Even with some of these teams that were USL Championship and USL 1 when they were not in, before MLS Next Pro, they weren't really drawing. And once they finally pulled back and tried to do this MLS Next Pros, I think the initial goal, was Reserve League was a thing. I don't know. I can't understand wanting to put an independent team into this league. It doesn't make sense to me. Clearly, the league doesn't know its own identity at this point anyway. I don't know. It perplexes me a little bit.
And I want to point out, this is not an attack on MLS because the Premier League had the same issue. If anyone remember, they used to have Premier League 2 and then they got rid of it because marketing-wise, it never made any sense. Just create a reserve league, or if they're good enough, go send them into the Championship or League 1 or League 2. A reserve league in Europe, in most of the world, doesn't make any sense because you have the academy and then you have professionals. If they're good enough to be professionals, you can loan them out, right? This is the issue we're having here with MLS Next Pro, in my opinion, right? What is the purpose of it, right? So you have the academy system, and then you're currently building 3 tiers of professional. Why, other than making sure that these players don't leave on a free, which I think is a lot of the driving force.
Of course.
Because I found it hilarious when they lost Weston McKennie, and I think there was another player who left. Oh, Yedlin.
Well, and we just talked about Zendejas as well.
Yeah, and Yedlin is why they actually got sued, is because this is where me and Dennis we're going to get in a future argument about whether or not who controls what. They got sued because MLS does not pay solidarity payment to anyone except MLS because they think they are the end all and be all of the system here. They don't think anybody else does anything that grows these players. So they got sued and they lost because the way solidarity payments go, right? Now Yedlin was a different case. If you pay into an academy for pay, you don't get solidarity payments because you've already been paid for your services. Now, if you are a scholarship kid, which basically means you went to that academy for free, you're supposed to pay down the rest of the way. But MLS doesn't do that because, again, they are the end all be all, and no one else does anything in this. As a matter of fact, I really think Don Garber thinks that soccer started in '96, which is hilarious to me. But
yeah, not to mention you have 50-year-old teams in your league, but
yeah, '96.
Forget what they did before they joined your league.
Yeah, sure. But that's, again, we're gonna have a Soccer Wars episode. But here we go. MLS Next Pro. Shout out to the core. Speaking of that, and this is why I wish Chattanooga would go in the U.S. League One. That Open Cup game last season was must-watch TV.
Yeah.
Like the Red Wolves bringing out the flag in the middle of half court. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
But
look, I think we need, in general, across soccer in America, I think we need more of that college football culture, right? Because that planting the flag thing is a very college football thing, right? Like that is very much a college football thing. Planting your flag on the opponent's field has been something Ohio State and Michigan tried to do it a couple of years ago. And I think we need more of that energy. And if we can get that college football, I think is the closest thing to a European football atmosphere that we have today here in the States, and we need to find a way to carry some of that over.
Yes, we need to get the Vermont Green, the Ballards, we
need yell leaders, I think, is what Brian says.
For sure.
Proper soccer fan bases don't need a leader; they just do it.
They just do it for sure. But yes,
yell practices. That's what
yell practice. Yeah, that's what Brian would say.
Yeah. So MLS. So next week we will do we're doing Grand Rapids, which is getting an 8,600 seat stadium. Already has naming rights, Amway Stadium, but no name for the team.
Oh, I forgot how big Amway is in that area.
Because that's totally not a real estate play. You already have the name of the stadium, but no team. It's crazy. But I'm gonna find photographs of that. It's actually a really good looking.
Maybe the team is a pyramid scheme, just like Amway.
Hey, Grand Rapids is a beautiful city. I hope they have a beautiful stadium to go with it.
And here's the thing. If they had gone with USL, can you imagine them in Detroit as a derby? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would have been some